Okay, so Bellamy Brothers, Let Your Love Flow. Three chord song. We've got E flat, which is 6th fret of the A string, B flat, which is 6th fret of the E string, and those are the only two chords in the verses. And then in the chorus, one more chord, which is A flat, which is 4th fret of the E string. Okay, so we got 6th fret of the A string, 6th fret of the E string, and 4th fret of the E string. Those are the three main chords, the E flat major, B flat major, and A flat major. So as a bassist, because they're major chords, we're going to use, well, what they use is the major pentatonic. I want you to think of two things. I want you to think of, let's start with the E flat here, 6th fret of the A string, and then remember your power chord shape. So 6th fret of the A string, and then 8th fret of the D and G strings, yeah? So I want you to remember that shape, because it's going to make these things that we're going to play easier to remember, because it's going to put them in context. So I want you to remember this, and also remember that shape from each of those root notes that I just said about. So remember this shape at E flat, remember it at B flat, and remember it at A flat. Okay, so back to E flat. Now I know that you know this. You know that figure, yeah? Which is basically the major pentatonic. So you know that. Now if you add one more note, that is the full major pentatonic. So in terms of frets, we've got 6th fret, 8th fret, 5th fret, 8th fret, 5th fret, 8th fret. So that sound is what the guys in this song are using. They're using the major pentatonic. So when the band is playing E flat, when the guitarist is playing E flat, the bass player is playing, he's using that scale, okay? And when the band is playing B flat, the bass player is using not the E flat major pentatonic, but the B flat major pentatonic. So whatever chord the band is on, the bass player is using the major pentatonic of that chord. So when he goes to B flat, he's using that. And when they go to A flat, he's using that, yeah? Which is B flat major pentatonic and A flat major pentatonic. Now, the thing is, he's not using it in that shape. I've just said that shape because I know that you're familiar with it, and I wanted you to relate it to this because you know the sound of that, yeah? Now, because it's a stringed instrument, you can play these notes in different places. So instead of the major pentatonic being played like this, E flat, I can play it like this. Yeah, same notes, different position. So if we think of our power chord shape again, I want you to visualize possibly a new thing for you, which is a scale, which is the major pentatonic scale, played in this shape. Now it fits around this power chord shape because we're going to play 6th fret, A string, 8th fret, 10th fret, then 8th fret and 10th fret of the D string. So we've got, and then 8th fret and 10th fret of the top of the G string, yeah? So we've got 6, 8, 10, 8, 10, 8, 10. So going from root to octave. Okay. It's the same shape from the root of each chord. So I want you to get used to, yeah, that's the E flat major pentatonic. And then I want you to get used to B flat major pentatonic. Yeah, 6th fret of the E string. 6, 8, 10, 8, 10, 8, 10. Well, let's stop there because that's the octave. Remember this shape again. Remember the power chord shape. That'll help you visualize, because these 3 notes are within that. Yeah, within this is within this scale shape that we're doing. And finally, the A flat. So, I'm going to leave this video here because this is a more general point. I'll show you the bass lines for the song in the next video. Now, the bass lines for the song basically use these, like I said. Now I'm going to have to remind myself of the bass lines, but they use the major pentatonic, yeah, and they use this shape of the major pentatonic. How does it go? Yeah, that's the bass line for the verses, okay? And what that was the first bit. That was all from this, yeah, just notes from this major pentatonic, the E flat major pentatonic, because the band are on E flat at that point. So we've got this line, which I'll go into in the next video. And then the band go to the note, or sorry, to the chord B flat, and the bass player, he doesn't go to the this B flat, he goes to this B flat, yeah, root, octave, and he goes. Now, all those notes are taken from this B flat major pentatonic shape. Yeah, that we did. You may say, well, we didn't do this note, but that is the octave of that note, yeah? So the bass player is using the octave of that note. But it'll be a lot easier to remember and understand the bass lines of this song and many others actually if you know this shape of the major pentatonic. A flat, E flat, B flat, back to E flat. Perhaps you can even hear the song just in that bit, because I was using the chord progression of the song and I was using the the major pentatonics for each chord, which, like I said, is what the bass player uses. So I think it'd be a good idea, really good idea, because that's just going to serve you so well for literally hundreds, I mean actually literally thousands of other songs, because bass players, anybody plays major pentatonic for a major chord. That just happens so much, yeah. So I'll leave that video here. So the main thing about this video is getting that shape of your major pentatonic. Now you already, like I said, knew this. So it's that sound, I think you knew that, didn't you? But this shape, yeah? So if we're doing E flat, just at the end here, 6, 8, 10 on the A string, 8, 10 on the D string, 8 on the G string. And you can get that note as well, 10th fret of the G string, because it's the octave of that note, which is 8th fret of the A string, yeah, which is in the scale. Okay, So next video I'll show you the bass lines for the verse, and then I'll do another video with the bass lines for the chorus.